When it comes to money, I think trust is very important. This is something that this fraternity has managed brilliantly very well.
Such a noble profession being in this, where you are giving the right strategy, the right forms, the right thought processes to your valued clients.
Customer today, if you take care in a comprehensive fashion, stays with you longer, loyalty automatically becomes higher. Today, it's very difficult for an advisor to have a site of his own. Yeah? Stellar provides the opportunity on the go for the advisor to create a microsite of his own in just no time. The only thing I speak about on all the platform right now is, guys, you become big, you become large, don't let your hunger die. Because once that goes away, complacency sets in.
What myth about advisors you would want it to disappear?
Don't sell, educate.
Hi, I'm Darshana Shah, and this is In the Spotlight, a podcast by Aditya Birla Capital, where we decode money, trust, and the everyday choices that shape our financial lives. There was a time when financial advice came home to you not through an app, but through someone you trusted. Someone who explained things simply, helped with the paperwork, and guided you through life's big milestones. Today, while everything's gone digital, that human connection still matters. And that's exactly what Stellar is built for, a platform that helps advisors serve better, faster, and more confidently. To unpack how this is playing out on the ground, I am joined by Kamlesh Rao, MD and CEO at Aditya Birla Sun Life Insurance, and Akkhil Khanna, our esteemed distribution partner. Let's get right into it. So today's In the Spotlight is different from what we usually do. Usually I'm talking about our products and solutions at Aditya Birla Capital. But today we are talking about something more important, which is our entire, the underbelly or the support that this BFSI industry gets from, and that is our distributors, whether they are called as advisors, whether they are called as DSAs, or whether they're called as MFDs, different industry, different names, but they are the backbone of entire BFSI. And that's what we are going to be talking to today. And with that, welcome back, Kamlesh, to In the Spotlight. And a warm welcome to you, Akkhil.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And, starting with that same, Kamlesh, you have donned multiple hats. You have been in banking, you are now in insurance. And you know the importance of this distributor or our friendly neighbor advisors, जो एक ज़माने में जो घर पे जाते थे, they were very like that uncle who's coming to the house, he's having a cup of chai, and then, he's also going back with a check. He or she is the person that the family depends upon on their financial advisors and what's happening in the market. So from that to today, everything being digital and on, click of the button, you would have seen it all. So I just want to know your journey. How have you seen this landscape or this distributor landscape evolving?
So first, the uncle has got younger. More younger, brighter people are in the business.
True.
And I've always believed that, this distribution setup has always taught me how to manage clients. They don't lose their clients. They know how to service them brilliantly well. And what clients love about them is their face does not change. Having done wealth management, the constant problem that customers used to have is to say, "Aapka aram itna jaldi badal kyun jata hai?" Because you used to have attrition, right? When it comes to money, I think trust is very important. This is something that this fraternity has managed brilliantly very well. What has changed over the last so many years is, I think, the mechanism of delivery that they are doing. And I think embracing digital post-COVID over the last so many years, all the delivery of products is now on platforms. We have a prospecting tool today called Sales Buddy. It's on a platform. Presentations go on a platform through WhatsApp.
Right.
Illustrations are to customers completely available on what they can see on digital medium. And I think the ability of this fraternity to be able to imbibe and adopt these digital tools have given significant rise in productivity. They are able to do more calls in a day. Their ability to be able to communicate to customers has got significantly better. So embracing digital and communicating through this medium has made a significant difference to the execution of this advisory. Nothing else has changed. They are as reliable as they used to be. Their faces are the same. They don't change. And therefore, increasingly, the contribution of business through this fraternity has gone up significantly.
And that's interesting. So here is Kamlesh who's saying that, this fraternity is not just a sales person, but he's actually the relationship, manager. He is the bridge between the company and the client. And coming to you, Akhil, on that, what got you and like he's saying, you are not the uncle. Now this more younger fraternity, and you have started this journey almost 1.5, 2 decades. So what really got you attracted to this, field to become the friendly neighborhood advisor?
So, thank you, Kamlesh, for making it younger, but it is becoming more wiser. Just to rightly state it about is that this fraternity itself and whatever concept we have been talking about, the methodologies have changed from an advisor lobby to being on the sales. Now you have started coming into education. So you have started educating your clients. And such a noble profession being in this, where you are giving the right strategy, the right forms, the right thought processes to your valued clients. And nothing better than this as a profession, which lets you meet all classes and masses of people in various fields. So I think such profession being noble carries itself different strategies.
But then do you feel that the same depth of relationship, because when you would have started, it's still going to people's homes, talking to them, like you said, building relationships, educating is what you brought in another, nuance to this. To today, a lot of these things happening on digital. People want to buy digitally. People want to be serviced digitally. So how do you now see that role in the evolving landscape with the digital era?
So, rightly stated, with the markets with Gen Zs now, they just come into the platform and say that let's do window shopping. Okay, this digital world has made it very clear. Comparative analysis has been done there. Things are much better. You can be on them on digital platforms and make sure that you are not only doing their window shopping, but giving them the right advice, the right methodology. And there is so, as you rightly stated, so I'm the fourth generation, not only 1 or 2 decades. We are there in this profession from last 55 years. We have seen the eras of insurance. Myself, I have an experience of 29 years in this industry, not as only in the age, but as an experience. So coming from that point of view, the eras which have changed for going as physical meets to the digital meets, meeting more people, we have been now doing businesses across the globe. So when you are sitting down in your office and closing businesses, which is in few billions and millions, only on digital platforms. So I think that change from being physical and being digital and going to the best of their classes is much better. Super HNI clients and HNI clients are more comfortable instead of meeting each other. Let's come on Zoom, let's come on MS Teams and start moving on. So there is a lot of changes which has been given and betterment for our as an advisor platform and for the benefit of the consumers too.
So that brings me to the whole ecosystem, the way, Kamlesh, we have seen changing in Aditya Birla Capital. And when we became one brand, one ABC, and decided to, do everything under that one umbrella, one of the areas we said that, yes, because distribution is very important to us. And we, at that time, like 8-9 years back, had crafted this platform called Select, which to me was more like a tiered program. And, in this industry, and you have been doing it. You have your CEOs club, you have your MDRTs, and you sort of give them the R&R programs. So Select is what we had coined to get our distribution also to sell more than wherever they are coming from, whether it's life, health, or mutual fund. So what was the whole insight of Select, and can you take our audience through that?
As a firm, we have close to about 200,000 distributors. And they are distributed between the various companies that do business. Select was a thought process to say, if somebody is already associated with the brand, which is Birla, and that brand is providing opportunities for customers to not just do lending, but also take care of their housing, also take care of their investments through mutual fund, take care of their health through health insurance, take care of their savings or mortality needs through life insurance. Why is it not possible for an advisor to try and do multiple businesses? And that's when the idea of course, a program like Select came in much before I walked in, and therefore I'm saying I've only kind of tried to build it from there. But I think it's a group of the top 300, 400 people that we have. Darshana, you must see the kind of bonding that these 300, 400 people have. When
And
we
I
do
have seen
you have seen that, and if you see it in an event, people want to come to this event because not just the advisor, their wives are friends right now. Sometimes because they get 3 seats or 4 seats. The kids are friends right now.
Oh, amazing.
And this is one event that they look forward to. Any changes? मतलब इसके साथ कोई छेड़छाड़ी करो तो then the whole trust circle group that we have on WhatsApp is buzzing, and I am normally at the receiving end if I make some of these changes. But it's more than it's about a family of 300 people that are bound together. I remember when I came in, it was one of the first trips that we did, and it's like we needed about 8 buses to move people around. Okay, that was the size, and of course, even today we need about give or take 6 to 8 buses at any point of time. Country gets divided there. Sometimes there's a north bus and a south bus and a west bus in that, and we intersperse to make sure people get to know. But I think the joy of having 300 people together. If I look at in this 300 people, I normally ask people because very few employees go on this. The average age of our employees in the company may be X. The average age of these people who've been working with the Birla Group will be 3X of that. So they've been associated with us for 10, 15, 20 years.
That's the kind of loyalty.
That's the kind of loyalty that they have.
Amazing.
And it's like one big celebration for those 6, 7 days that we are there. We do the relevant training that has to happen at that point of time. We do the awards night. And there are people whose DPs during that point of time for the next 10 days after we've done the event will all be about the Select event. So I think Select is as dear as it can be to the advisor fraternity. I call them the extended family members of Aditya Birla Group. And it's fun to have all of them together under one roof at one point in time.
That's amazing, right? So this is how we extend, and this is how they, come together. And now you're saying even the next generation kids are coming. But yes, Kamlesh, Select was still a program. What were the challenges and bottlenecks that you felt, what was not solving for? And Akhil, I'll also extend this to you, that because you were the user on the user side, that what did you see Select not giving you? And we were looking for something more. The platform that you were looking for. So from both of you, that what were the challenges that you saw?
People love the primary profession that they are in. So ask a mutual fund advisor, he loves advising you on money. Suddenly you're moving from there to say, you also want to take care of health of your customers. I love to, I like to, but I don't know how to. Yeah. So interestingly, the desire to do more than one was always there. But advisors wanted to find a method to be able to do that. So if I'm already with mutual fund, why will health insurance ask me my KYC documents all over again?
Correct.
How can onboarding from one to the other become seamlessly easier? Can you provide opportunities for me? Basically, with data, we now do what we call PASA or pre-approved stuff, which we do now do at an ABC level to say, hey, you have 500 customers and all of them you advise for mutual fund. Out of that, 200 customers have a very high propensity to be able to buy health insurance. Or for that matter, 200 of your guys have actually taken home loans from some other places and you didn't know it, and therefore somebody else took care of it.
Okay.
And customer today, if you take care in a comprehensive fashion, stays with you longer, loyalty automatically becomes higher.
Right.
So to us, it was the need, the want to do it, desire to do it, but can you create a method around it? At that point of time, Select as a platform, whatever we had was only publishing the results of the program, what you need to do to be able to get there. But there were more people aspiring to be select. There were more people aspiring to be multi-product distributors. He does multiple products, and obviously he will tell you that holding his customers, because there's so many things to talk to your customer,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, if it is only life insurance, I mean, you remember him once in a year because that's when the premiums get paid. But if it is health and you bought it comprehensively for your entire family, something will go wrong and you'll be there to service.
Correct.
That element of service, if you do well, there could be an opportunity to say, hey, if you invest somewhere else, can I take care of you in your mutual fund requirements? And then the whole gamut expands. So I think the opportunity is felt by all. It's just that they wanted a method to it, which is when we moved from Select to the platform that we've created now, which is called Stella. But the whole idea was, I call it the ability to be able to facilitate on a platform to do your primary business better. And that's what we want to attempt doing on the platform. And also make it easier for do cross-functional businesses. So if you are a life insurance distributor, Stellar as a platform, the need felt was to say, how can it become better in the life insurance itself? So your productivity can go up there and so on and so forth. And whenever you choose the opportunity to move from life to health, or life to mutual fund, or life to housing finance, how can we make that seamlessly easier was basically the inputs that came in, which went into building what we call the Stellar platform today.
So that's interesting insight, right? And you have been with Aditya Birla Capital for 9 years now, and you are our esteemed, partner. You've seen Select, and you also now seeing Stellar. What was your experience back then? Because I know the whole, this whole program to go out and celebrate and all that. People really look forward to all you guys. But what were your other challenges?
So I think rightly stated by Kamlesh that he has encrypted very well that what was the challenges with the Select program and what are the benefits of the Select program. But for say, I just wanted to understand that the gap from an agent to an advisor to a wealth manager,
yes,
is something which has
interesting
been as a journey for someone who's in Select. Rightly stated by Kamlesh that when we used to go to the clients, आपने मेरे से life insurance policy ली है?
That's all. It was 1 year as a program where I used to be getting engaged.
I think being in the markets today, customer engagement is a very
Primer fosse, which
someone wants to look into. And Select is the right platform to make sure
that you are engaged with your customer on
every time, every occasion, and not only yearly basis, but maybe as frequent as you want to be.
Okay.
I have tied up with all LOBs. They have something 13 LOBs, line of businesses, what we call as. And I've tied up with all 13 of them.
Oh, amazing. You're doing all 13 for us?
I've tied up with all 13. So when I asked Kamlesh that, Kamlesh, how do I grow in Select? So I think his answer in one of the platforms was, have you been there with all our LOBs? So that was a question. An answer to that was, within 1 month, I tied up with all 13 LOBs. My entire team has been working on all that 13 LOBs. So when we have this challenge of what to talk with the client or a prospect, and a one window shop, which is an important factor for an wealth manager, is something where this was being answered in a Select program. The initial challenges were that you've not been trained well, you didn't knew about the products, what to talk, when to talk, whom to talk. I think that got resolved by having the right people in the industry now and in the ABC Select program itself.
So you contributed, your voice was the reason a lot of changes happened?
Yes. So there was a lot of noise in that. I think Kamlesh and his team made it very well. And now things are being much, much better. You have that Stellar app, which is it's a superb app which takes care of your journey from educating yourself, educating the client, and being in touch with the client. on your daily basis, your work schedules, your lead management program, your digital campaign, your contents. All that is something which is very, very important, which is basics for a wealth manager to be in the industry. So that's the reason I am always reiterating on a word called wealth manager, because from that agent to advisor to a wealth manager is something which is a growth journey for anyone being in the financial industry.
Well, this is absolutely amazing. I like the not just being our advisor or an agent all the way to a wealth manager, and you are part of all our 13 LOB selling. So you've really seen your business going, double, triple X, but you also have maintained with the same customer, more from the same customer that you would have got, right? Becoming the wealth manager. So bringing, coming back to you with that point, and Stellar as a platform, and nothing as solid as Stellar that we have seen, Kamlesh. Have you really been able to now see more and more of our independent business advisors actually now getting into this journey? And what are the benefits that that Stellar brings?
So Stellar, creating that platform was not easy, Darshana, because nothing like that existed in the industry. Okay.
And why was that? Why nobody, you think a bank and all of them, why nobody could think?
Yeah, I've worked for a bank before. It was something that I also wanted to put in place. But somehow there is no platform like that which exists. And I can still answer as to why nobody else has done it. And that's something when we put the thought process together, because we had a program, we could build on it. Because we had people who were doing multiple products, we were able to build on it. And between Ramesh Narayan Swamy and me, we would have spent 6 months trying to figure out which platform should we go to. And then we realized that there is no single platform available. The idea was only to make sure, what does the advisor want? Today, it's very difficult for an advisor to have a site of his own. Yeah?
Right.
Stellar provides the opportunity on the go for the advisor to create a microsite of his own in just no time. Just has to put in all the details. He can put he's an MDRT or CEO, CDO club, and out is a microsite available for the advisor himself.
So, Kamlesh, if you can walk exactly on this point, and I'm just trying to, can you walk an advisor's journey on Stellar from onboarding?
An innovative app by Aditya Birla Capital, designed exclusively to streamline daily tasks and enhance performance of distributors nationwide. Getting started with Stellar is a breeze. All you have to do is a one-time KYC and you are ready to go. With its personalized collaterals, you can ensure direct and meaningful dialogue with customers. Service clients faster with Stellar, bringing together all essential tools in one place. Simplify your workflow with streamlined lead management across financial products, saving both time and effort. Monitor your growth with Stellar's comprehensive dashboard designed to track all your milestones and accomplishments. Gain access to the latest training resources, keeping you informed and ahead in the game. Let's take a deeper look. Simplified first-time setup process using combination of PAN and mobile number. After setting up your MPIN, enjoy convenient and secure access with options like face recognition, biometrics or PIN login. Whether it's ABSLI or AMC, you can now access everything seamlessly on a single platform as Stellar helps manage operations across multiple businesses. Plan your day better with timely information and visibility of nearby leads. With Stellar, you can get easy and intuitive solutions to conduct wide-scale digital marketing campaigns. Here is how it works. Automated campaigns and marketing tools at a centralized source help to reduce the paperwork and hassle of usual digital marketing methods. Ready-to-use customizable marketing suites deliver faster prospecting and a seamless experience across multiple lines of business. Discover, engage, and convert prospects with ease because with Stellar, new opportunities are just a click away. Begin by creating a base profile and selecting your signature. Just add your name, contact details, and in minutes, your personalized branded microsite is ready. It enhances your online connection to the brand, further boosting your credibility and making it easier for customers to rely on you. By highlighting your key achievements, adding customer testimonials, and providing product data, the microsite helps strengthen your image. Instantly share product collaterals and links from co-branded options across channels, ensuring every click connects you directly to potential customers. And get the larger picture to figure out which lead can be explored or if it needs to be pushed further. Your next essential digital kit is the Quick Access. Here, you can access onboarding procedures, offers and plan working estimation, policy status, or changes at your fingertips and stay ready for all possible queries from customers. To boost efficiency all day long, Stellar gives you updates in real time with a categorized to-do list. Get insights and suggestions for the next stage of servicing processes so you don't miss out on critical steps or time. Track your leads in real time across various financial products, enabling seamless progress monitoring, faster conversions, and enhanced productivity. Find all these scheduling tools with one click on the floating button. From tracking commissions to celebrating achievements like select rewards and recognition, it's all here under one view. Additionally, you can also view rewards and benefits of the various products handled by you in this section. A consolidated view across all businesses and stay on top of your earnings. Or view various business parameters across multiple lines of business and stay updated always. Get an annual overview to varied select benefits like Management Development Program, International Learning Summit, Life Insurance Cover, Personal Accident Cover, and more. Get complete visibility and take informed actions by viewing the trends of your business across time periods in alignment with your targets, earnings, and other factors. Empowering them to manage leads and activities while providing governance and single-view dashboards to the distributor. Capabilities for distributors to manage customer requests and their own service needs seamlessly. And lastly, personalized offers for distributors themselves. With these new tools in the kit, Stellar will make your distributor operations smoother, more efficient, and customer-centric. Ready to be Stellar? Download the Stellar app today. Simplify your workflow, enhance efficiency, transform how you work, and lead the way.
What the platform does today is meant for individuals who do the work themselves. We're also building, assuming there are big people who have their offices and they have their employees.
Like Akkhil.
So, obviously information of entire business is available on the platform. Now, Akkhil will not want his employees to know what is the brokerage that he's making or the income that he's making. So those are getting built in right now with Maker and Checker to say what they can see, what they can execute, what Akkhil can administer and Akkhil can execute. So that is getting built at this point of time. So it will be a different, on the same platform it will get built. But today for an individual advisor, if he's doing his work, he can, it's like a complete office for him with our digital marketing tools enabled, with the ability for social media marketing if he wants to do, he can do that fully through the platform. And anybody who gets that thing, if he says, I'm interested, will flow back into the platform for him. So you'll have full view of the business, which is the point that Akkhil made, to say that customer has varied needs. Yeah, correct. It's about whether you are taking care of, all of them. So I keep saying I'm, I am a Bollywood buff. Yes. I used to keep telling people that, the famous movie of mine of Andaz Apna Apna, where Shakti Kapoor is that character who says कि अभी आया हूँ तो कुछ ना कुछ तो लेके जाऊंगा. I think the platform is built in a fashion so for an advisor, if he has talking points, and now like a wealth manager, like you said, you have to need wanting a loan. I can do it for you. You will have some surplus. I can take that to a mutual fund. You want to put SIP, I can make sure the SIP can get enabled. You have to take care of your health requirements of your family. I'm there for taking care of your health insurance. And obviously, whether it is protection or any other savings product of life insurance, I'm there to be able to take care of that also. And like you said, if you engage yourself with all the LOPs and your customer base, his customer base, until it becomes a customer is not visible to us.
Yeah, that was another. Data is always the
that's the worry, and we spend a lot of time explaining that to all the advisors that we have, that your data is with you. Obviously, when he becomes a customer of the company, I'll also have access to the same data, and we don't do any business with any of our advisor clients anyways. But because we are the customer of the company, but till the prospecting stage, the data is fully encrypted. It's available only to him, so he can work on it. What we are building right now is in the individual businesses. You know, Akkhil and his family have perhaps seen the world more than you and me have seen, because they are parts of various clubs. His ability to see his club status in his independent line of business will also be now available on the platform in the next. That's the next phase for us to say whether he's an MDRT or he's a CEO club or he's a CEO Premier in life, and the same thing in health. All of it will be visible on this platform, with the ability to be able to tell him what does he need to do more to be able to get there. And of course, Select as a aggregated platform will always be available. It's available today also. But we are also making sure the independent companies that people work for, that is also built on this platform. So technically, for a multi-product advisor within ABC, as long as he's on this platform, he'll be able to do his business very, very efficiently. And
so I'm also going to nudge you a little more to tell, there are two kinds. One is a new advisor coming on the platform, and like you very beautifully explained the whole journey from a microsite to the whole lead management, analytics, and all the way to how can they grow in the clubs and have more business. What happens when I'm an existing advisor from any of our verticals or line of businesses? How do we now, because like you were trying to say that there are problems of having multiple KYCs to be done, multiple licenses to be taken from the regulators. How are we solving that? So today, how do we nudge more and more advisors to go multi-line and not monoline?
So Santosh runs this entire program along with Chandra on the technology part. And we have a team with Santosh. They have RMs. So the existing guys, the repository of all their KYC documents is now available on the doc system. When he has to become a advisor somewhere else, KYC need not be done, except for whatever the other business regulation requires to be done. Sure. I'm saying is what we make sure. But documents move very, very efficiently. There's a separate team that nudges. They have a target. So we've created now an opportunity for saying, hey, in housing finance, say in Pankaj's team right now, about 7-8% of Pankaj's business in the last year has been contributed by all the advisors that have never done housing finance, that started doing housing finance through the year, is now about 7-8% of Pankaj's business. We do meetings to get more and more people onboarded. Like I said, training is facilitated completely on the platform. And because the ability of documents don't have to move, onboarding becomes significantly easier. It is required to push because the team that Santosh has, one is on the technology side that keeps working on the platform. The other is on relationship managers that actually work on making sure how can our existing guys do more and more on the other businesses that they do. The process becomes very simple and efficient. And every business now has, through analytics, got a data of clients. For example, housing finance now has a data of about 6,000 successful people in other businesses who will perhaps have the highest propensity to become housing finance advisors. And whilst the data is available with Santosh and his team, it is also available with the entire housing finance team to make sure that these are the people that they should be in touch with or go out for. And onboarding of these guys for housing finance, again, will happen on the Stellar platform itself. So that's the way Similar opportunity has been created for life insurance. We have a large base of health insurance advisors who don't do life insurance.
Correct.
So Sandeep now has a base of about 8,000 people who are health insurance advisors, who are happy with what they are doing in health insurance, who look like based on data will have the highest propensity to also be able to start selling life insurance. And that's the work that Santosh is also doing with his team and Sandeep with his entire team of agency, because they also want to get more advisors every year.
Correct.
Why try and get that 15, 20,000 that you want to get from outside, where we have 15,000, 20,000 happy people sitting in the ABC
Absolutely.
fold, having experienced the brand,
Correct.
because in one other vertical, hopefully happy with what they are doing. It may be much easier to make them flip over than, go out in the market to try and find new ones.
I think this is super exciting. And this is for all my listeners. If you are my advisor with Aditya Birla Capital, or you're a distributor partner, or you're a DSA, wherever you are, remember that we are the first of its kind one-stop shop called Stellar, which has been launched by Aditya Birla Capital. Do remember to download, whether it is your Play Store or your App Store, anywhere, download and start your journey, because like Kamlesh and like Akkhil mentioned, that it's not about that one business and that, the income that you are making. It is now really becoming a wealth manager, doing your wealth management on our Stellar platform, and being able to sell solutions from all our 13 lines of businesses. So do remember to download Stellar if you are new, and if you're listening, and if you have interest to become a financial advisor. Like Akkhil is sitting here and he's talking to us about how his 4 generations have been in this. Today is the opportunity to download Stellar and start your journey. So coming back to you, Akkhil, with that, how do you feel? Something like this where people have not done it and you've been associated with us. So where do you see that? Is this looking exciting, or do you really feel? Because one of the constant, issues I would hear from you guys is my data. Because that's one thing that you all are, it's your data. You don't want somebody else, or you also don't want the company to use that. How do you see this entire thing panning out for you?
First of all, I agree with Kamlesh what he's been speaking about in terms of the app journey of Stellar. I also would like to put over this across to my fraternity that ABC is the company where data centric is a very important factor. I joined Aditya Birla 9 years back, but doing a data search of at least 2 years for the group itself, that how would my data be not be taken over and looked over by other companies. There are competitors, I would not like to name them, but they have been using the data. Now that's an important factor.
Correct.
And
that's integrity also.
Yeah. And that integrity, Birla Group is very, very strong enough. I haven't seen in the past that any of the datas have been poached by any of the members. Presently, what is the situation where when we talk about select program, I think we have already stated that the benefits of the select program, we have already stated what is the benefits of the Stellar program, but Stellar is an app of a task manager. You don't have to have a secretary for yourself.
Right.
That's the best way to take care of your secretarial aspects of any management, whether it is a lead management, whether it is controlling your appointment schedules, whether it is being on the social media platform through a microsite website which has been there. So there's a lot of things where a new timer advisor and a wealth manager needs all these informations into their day-to-day activities.
It's an enabler for you.
So that's a best enabler to be there for being in the industry. And of course, knowledge series is an important factor. So rather than searching certain data and sending across to the different channel, different groups, whether it's a WhatsApp group, whether it is an email factor, whether it is a Facebook profile, I think Stellar app takes care of everything. So be there with them, trust their build, And I think it's just the journey of growth.
Amazing. And that brings me to our next important user in this entire three-way thing that we have is also our consumer, our customers, that you guys, go and build relationship. How do you see them? How do you see Stellar being the enabler for you to manage your customer? At the end of the day, what role does it play for you?
So it's a very important factor when a customer wants to know about your profile, where you're coming from. So it is very, very important factor when you're going to a super HNI client or a corporate client and they say, please tell me where are you coming from. They don't want to meet you at one go. They want to
Right.
understand what's your profile. They
Right.
want to see what's your background, what are your achievements, where you have been gold for, what have you done, what are your testimonials. All that is there in the Stellar app.
Wow.
So
it
when
also
you have
becomes your profile
so
and
it's a
your
profile,
bio.
it's your testimony, it's your achievements, it's your micro website, it's about your social media platform, what you have been there, whom you have serviced, the testimonials have been already there uploaded. So I think it's a one pager sending across to the customer that I am coming for your benefit.
So that you already start building the trust before even you meet.
Yeah. So I think all the clients right now want to know that you are managing my few crores of assets or few billions of assets. Are you really being eligible for doing so? And when you give all these details
right
in your profile,
yeah, why should
I think
otherwise trust?
why shouldn't the client come and meet you, or you go to the client and meet? So
Right.
it's a very, very important tool to clearly give a message to your prospect that, hey, I'm there for you. I'm investing my time. I have this background. So you please take the benefit of the same.
Interesting.
That's very important for the facts.
In fact, I was really going to ask you the next question that, becoming from, when you guys go and meet, have a coffee or tea like this, and then, talk about the products or the wealth management for the family. Now everything is happening digitally. Do you still see the role of your advisory or the advisor changing? Is customer expecting something more out of you? What has changed? Okay.
So the change is that you have to be, as I stated at the initial stage, that you have to be a wealth manager. You have to become a
So what's the mindset needed for that?
So the mindset
for
is
only life insurance advisor to suddenly become a wealth manager.
Mindset is first is change. An advisor has to change from that advisory model to understand the wealth management. Secondly, when a customer has been sitting around with you and want to discuss about it, they want to know the whole aspect about financial world. So when you're sitting there, you cannot only talk about life insurance or health insurance. You may have to talk about home loans. You may have to talk about repo rates. You may have to talk about what's happening in the industry. So if you are not circumstanced and you're not been experienced with the financial world, I think customers don't want to sit down with you and waste their time.
Got it.
If you come from that growth level, from an agent to an advisor to an educationist to a wealth manager, the interactions with the client is much better, and they would like to be there with you for lifelong, because this profession is not for 1 year or 2 years.
Correct.
When I'm saying generations, we see the fourth generation working with the fourth generation.
Wow.
Means we are talking about 55 years, 60 years of association with one family. Itself says that now you are with ABC One family.
Akkhil, that was really good insight to say that, how an advisor has to move his first change in mindset and, growing with, so that the relationship that he's carrying is not just for 1 year, 2 year, but it is for decades. That brings me, Kamlesh, to us on Stellar. Are we looking at really creating education on, each and every line of business in so much of depth? Because that's one is the mindset change. So are we also looking at the behavioral side? How are we motivating just a life insurance advisor to really come on a Stellar platform and take this entire journey?
Like Akil said, I think the big change is, everybody has access to information these days. So customer has access to significantly more information.
Correct.
And therefore, I think just the servicing element of advisors has now shifted to say, is your knowledge quotient also very high?
Correct.
When you're talking to clients, he will ask you all the right kinds of questions. You better know what you are speaking about, right? Because comparisons are possible. Customers are a little better prepared. They know exactly who's offering what, and so on and so forth. So the ability to be able to make sure that we can provide content is there on the platform. The execution of training also happens on the platform. We thought there could be a different way of doing it. So, for example, everybody creates reels these days, right?
Yes.
So we said, can we use that concept as training? So, can advisors shoot when they are selling a product? What is their pitch been like? See, because finally you have a product, you have features, but pitch is important, right? And that's what everybody wants to know and everybody wants to learn. So we've created the ability to be able to only also make sure that advisors can shoot their reels, which will be available and accessible. So if somebody wants to sell, say, one of the products of health insurance, or say the Nishchit Ayush plan of life insurance, or prime housing of home, if the guy who has sold it and he thinks that that's a great pitch, can become a training tool for everybody else to consume on the platform. So a video is a great medium because obviously otherwise training happens on content and information and what is posted. But we thought videos could be a great way of making sure training can get executed. So that is something that we are doing now. It also provides a medium for advisors to be able to put it up there, right? And therefore, based on how many people have seen them, watched them, and we can create, views, which is what advisors are very happy about, seeing if something that I put in has got so many views. But it is, in some fashion, the ability to be able to crowdsource your learning platform from perhaps the best advisors that you have, which can be useful for not just the new guys who come in, but also guys who are wanting to flip over and say, hey, I only know life insurance.
Correct.
And you see pitches of people who are selling products on, say, mutual fund and housing, it's not that difficult. And that inertia is what we are trying to see that we want to break. Because remember, I'm not going to tell you the AUM that Akkhil manages, but for mutual fund AUMs that you manage, people are comfortable with the trail commissions that they make.
Right.
Yeah. And therefore the hunger, which is the only thing I speak about on all the platform right now is, guys, you become big, you become large, don't let your hunger die. Because once that goes away, complacency sets in. If there's an opportunity of doing so much more, and if all of it is available on a platform to you right now, why would you not want to make sure that you expand the scope of that? And that's the thought we leave. That's the input that we try and put through the platform. And now we are using the guys who are using the platform to be able to go and talk to people who are not using the platform. Why just talk from a manufacturer's point of view? Akil or Pankaj or Shirish or Dipanshu, who are multi-product advisors for us. Actually, we are now going to go out to them to say, you will do the training program. I will call a group of 100 advisors into a place and you will present Stellar rather than Santosh and Chandra presenting Stellar on that platform. Because if you are a user, you've used it, the way you benefit, I think people will make sure that they will buy the idea and the thought much quicker.
No, absolutely. They are of influencers.
Yes.
Influencers who are really influencing the fraternity. Now it makes sense. So coming to now that we have launched such a beautiful platform called Stellar, how do you see the future? Because as we talk, the world is disrupting, and how? With the whole AI coming in, the agentic coming in, and I will come to you also for that. That how do we now see this entire thing getting enabled with in future, like 2 years? I can't even say 5 years anymore, because every day things are getting disrupted. So Kamlesh, where do we see that journey?
I think we want to first walk on the journey of making sure we are able to service our people well on the platform. We are able to enable people to really experience the ease with which one guy can also do something else. And that's the focus that we are keeping right now. We want to make sure, a lot of technology sometimes gets put out there in the marketplace, but we want to focus on adoption. We want to make sure our top 30, 40,000 advisors are there on the platform right now. Santosh and Chandra with the entire team are mandated to say, how can we make his experience of doing business in his primary platform better? Right. Don't start suddenly getting worried about Has Akkhil started doing more than one company or more than one LOB right now? Is Akkhil more happier in the company that he's working for through this platform right now? Can you service him better? Can you show his R&R platform
So your
better? Activation can be significantly higher. Can he use the analytical tools that we put there? Can he use the data platforms that we put there for offers that he can send to his client? And then second stage is to nudge more and more people who are there in the top tier to say you can do significantly more. My view would be if we get that in the next give or take 6 to 9 months kind of time frame. And I have time frames only of those kind these days because the world, like you said, is changing so fast. AI adoption is just replicating what we could do. Can be done by bots and agents, and agentic AI has already come in. Orchestration is already happening. How will we build some of these is a thought process right now. But as I said, next 6 to 9 months, complete focus is on adoption. Complete focus is on making sure that the experience is great. You reached out to everybody and said, hey, to all the advisors, I'd like to reach out to people who are not advisors with Aditya Birla Capital for any of our products right now. Because there is, whilst you will be doing business with so many more other companies, and you are a single product guy, you have a large base of your clients, I think it's important to come and experience. You can just come on the guest section. You can look at your base of customers that you have, and you'll be able to know the opportunity in Aditya Birla Capital with your customers for business that they can do across multiple lines. And why not? I mean, if the power of your customers can give you multiple lines of business and revenue, that's something that I would urge all prospective people who are not associated with ABC to look at this opportunity now that Stellar is available.
Absolutely amazing. And coming to you, Akkhil, because with this whole AI and the whole disruption, now there are bots, there are agentic, as Kamlesh just spoke about, and that's really going to become you. Do you see the fear in the fraternity or within you, because you have traversed for decades? How do you see the next 1 or 2 decade going ahead? Do you see your avatar selling? You see everything managed by the agentic and bots, and you may not really need to be there? How do you really see? And is there a fear?
It's not a fear. I would say it's a growing phase. And let me put it very clear here is that whether it is AI, whether it is the chat box, whether it is the chat GPT, all that is been there. But even in the present world, they all want advisory platform to be there physically to tell them that what's the best. Because these all products are dreams to come true. These are not physical products.
True.
Where you feel, touch, and then move.
Sure.
These are something which you are talking about, whether you are taking in a health insurance, you have this coverage. It may or may not happen. We always say, God forbid, nothing should happen. But if things happen, this will be taken care of. But even if it's your life insurance or your mutual funds or your home loans, now there are so much as comparison, as rightly stated by Kamlesh, there is so much of comparison analysis by our valued clients that they still need this platform of being there with them throughout the journey.
So that physical
presence is an important aspect. Yes, this AI and all these other technologies which will be taking into, they will give you the right comparisons. So you will get the right products for you to sell in. But trust me that I don't think another 4 or 5 years, the industry will change from that just as digital selling, that physical selling is still important. And you always want to see the face of the wealth manager or the advisor to be there to give you the right service. And there's a lot of services, additional services which have been required to be given, which AI or other technologies will not be able to give. What they will give you is the information, but the filterization of the information, the right product to be given, the right service, which we call as post sales, is a very, very important factor in these financial worlds. So yes, it will take time.
Oh, I love this, what you're saying. And including you're saying money and trust is what this category is all about, because it is not tangible, it is intangible. So we will still need Akkhil Khanna in our house to help us, because otherwise, how do you make sense? And I completely agree. I will still need you to be there, because I don't think I can trust a bot, because it's all about trust and relationship. So I absolutely agree with you. Okay, awesome. So now we're going to have some quick fun in our rapid fire session, and I'm just going to shoot. So Kamlesh, starting with you, what's harder, building trust or scaling technology?
Building trust for sure.
And why would you say that? I thought technology is equally scary to scale.
But it is possible. Trust, I always say, trust has to be earned. So trust is more experiential. So it builds over a period of time, and even something here and there can just kill whatever you created over a period of time. I don't think there's anything as valuable as trust creation.
True that. Akil, to you, your go-to line when a client says, let me think about it?
It's never next time.
It's never next time. So then they say, okay, I'll talk to my father, my husband.
So we have seen incidences where we have discussed about life insurance and health insurance. And the next opportunity is that they want it, but we cannot give it.
Why
because
is that?
of their ill health,
Ah.
because of the person not being there,
Okay.
or the money which they wanted to invest has already been spent. So it's never the next time.
It's never the next time. So on that, what myth about advisors you would want it to disappear?
Don't sell, educate.
And you started by saying you think you really believe it's a noble profession. Awesome. And a feature on Stellar, Kamlesh, you are secretly proud of, because you said nobody in the industry today, has it.
I think on the fly, the ability to develop a microsite for the advisor, because I think, like Akil said, establishing credentials and again trust that you said so seamlessly, you can just do it at the flip of a send button, because all the clubs that you are part of, and you put that in your credentials that you've been a gold here, you've been an MDRT here for 9 years, 10 years, it just speaks volumes about who you are. And if that reaches the prospective customer before you have met him, I think half the job is done.
Lovely. I agree with you. Akhil, what's more powerful, product knowledge or, managing people skills and relationships?
People skills and relationships.
And again, why would you say that?
Product knowledge is something which you can share and you can create, you can give them. But people skills is something which is a skill itself. You have to make sure that you are people's thought process and you are there with them throughout the journey. So as I rightly stated, if you want wealth management to be done, it has to be people skills. Product knowledge is ample. It's available in all platforms, under AI, under Google, under Chatbox, under other platforms too. But people skills is something where you have to get yourself evolved of being there with them, for them, and for her.
That's the differentiator, way forward, right? If Stellar had a tagline, Kamlesh, what would it be?
Stellar had a tagline.
Yeah.
I think it would be of Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Yes. And the next big unlock in distribution will be for you?
The point that you raised to say, will AI bots, and I always keep telling people that everything that will change is not going to replace anything. Nothing has replaced whatever has happened over periods of time.
True.
I think the ability to be able to adopt that as you move along will always be a change in continuum. You have to embrace AI, you have to embrace the bot. There will be an avatar of Akil, according to me, in the future.
Yes.
Because there'll be certain customers who will be comfortable talking to Akhil's avatar as compared to Akil. So it's not about either or, it's the and that Akil will have to embrace over a period of time about what will change in the investing world. That is important.
No, and I absolutely agree, because Akhil, we will see your productivity increasing. You will be sitting with Kamlesh and your avatar will be talking to me. I mean, that's how the conversations will go way forward. And that brings me to you. If your workday had a soundtrack, what song would you be playing?
Get Back and fight back. It's a soundtrack from Bhagi, which states that you have to fight it back.
Fight it back. Wow. It's a, go for it. Right. A moment that made you feel that, yes, this is why we built Stellar.
I mean, the moment where we got the confidence that we could just sunset our previous app and all new onboarding now happens on Stellar.
So moving to Stellar, has it been an easy journey?
I think Select will always be built on top of Stellar. But the fact that Stellar is now available to the entire 200,000 people that we have in Aditya Birla Capital will create the opportunity of creating so many more Select that we will make. I keep saying this, I don't know whether you heard this, to say that for the advisors that we have, I always wish and hope that someday when ABC does its event of all its advisors, we will hopefully need the Narendra Modi Stadium to do that.
Wow. And to that, my last one for you, a customer moment that, see, you're talking about this evolve from advisor to wealth manager. What was that customer moment that really has been the, tipping point to really evolve in this journey?
So there were quite number of them in the last so many decades, but some of them which is close to my heart is giving hard-earned money to the need what it was being invested for. Whether it is a life insurance claim, whether it is a health insurance claim,
right,
whether it is a SIP plan which got matured for a wedding of a daughter, or whether it is a home which was being used and taken care by the home loan which was being given, and now it is a financial asset for their retirement. So trust us that we as advisors and we as wealth managers make a difference in one's life for whatever hard earned they have done, whether through experience of number of years of being there in the industry or the money which they have invested.
On that emotional note, and on the high that we will one day be at Narendra Modi Stadium, thank you very much for being here, Kamlesh. Thank you very much, Akkhil, and we had a great session.
Pleasure indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Akkhil, for being a part of this.
Thank you, Kamlesh.
If this conversation got you thinking or reminded you of your own advisor or agent, send it their way or just share it with someone who's figuring out their money story. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode with more real talk around money, trust, and the choices we make every day.